Alright, what is up guys? So today, another truck video coming at you. I'm going to be installing this Auxbeam. Pretty much what this Auxbeam control panel is, it's like an additional fuse box that plants on top of your fuse, and then you can run all of your lights, light bars, light pods, and a whole bunch of stuff to one fuse box. And then you have one controller that has 8 switches on it. So it all just kind of runs through there and then to your light bar. So battery to this, to your controller. It makes it for an easy, clean setup. Now they make OEM switches for Tacoma, so you can run everything to OEM switches, but with the 2020 I have an issue. So most of them you have a cubby right here that you can take out, and then you have 3 extra switches. But with mine, I have all of this crap. It's not crap, I like it. So I can't put 3 here, and then for OEM in the center, there's not enough room because there's also all of these buttons. So, with that being said, I had to go a different route, and I hope it works out good. Fingers crossed. Alright, so what comes in the box here? Instruction manual with a buttload of stickers, which is awesome if you have, I don't know, a fridge that you want to run power to, because there's a fridge sticker. Whoops. You got your instructions. I believe that's the fuse box. You run all of your switches or your light accessories to. Also comes with additional fuses, which is neat. Jeez. You got your switches, 8 of them. Wiring. An additional 60 amp fuse. All of your mounting accessories. I'm assuming that's the cable that runs through your firewall. And truck band-aids. And or zip ties. And wires for the battery. And mounting brackets. That's it. That's all today. Okay, so first step is removing the positive battery terminal to prevent any shortages. This is a 10mm socket. If you can find yours, great. If not, I'm sorry, because that happens all the time. Alright, so now you're going to be unscrewing. Well, first you take off this plastic cover from this breaker, and then you're going to unscrew the bolts on it, and you're going to take the short red wire for your positive, and you're going to throw that on there. Should rename this channel the One-Handed Mechanic. Go grab a socket and tighten that down good. Alright, next step in the process, you're going to grab your fuse thingy, box, module, whatever the heck you want to call it. On the bottom one, you're going to see that there is red there. That means that that is positive. You're going to take your cable. Well, first you unscrew this. Unscrew this, and then you're going to run this cable through it and screw it in, which I'm not going to be able to do one-handed. So that screws in there on the positive side. So this is where we're at now. Pretend your battery's here, positive to the breaker, breaker to the positive of the switch housing thingy-mabobber, and on to the next step. Okay, so since I'm doing this on the tailgate, this isn't going to work too well, but this connector here is what runs through your firewall. So this is going to plug into here, and then, whoops, this long cable is going to run through the firewall, and then this is going to plug in into your switch up there. So what I'm going to go do now is get under the hood and then run this through the hole in the firewall, which is on the driver's side, and get that started so that I can go under the hood and start to get this hooked in. Okay, so we got it ran through the firewall. So then this end is in your cab and it plugs into your switch here, which I'm definitely not going to be able to do one-handed. That stays in here, runs through the firewall, it comes out here, and this is the switch for the plug-in. If it'll focus. Just not going to focus. Okay, don't focus. That is going to plug in right there. So I already made a boo-boo. This power cable here, I just ran it directly to this, but what you're supposed to do is run it up through this gap here, because then when you put the cover on, it drops down out of the bottom and the cover will actually go on. This way, the way I have it now, that's not going to go on top of it, so that would be silly. So I'm going to unscrew that and run it the correct way. So that is the correct way that it should look, and while I'm back here, I'm going to do the same thing with the negative wire. Run it through the gap, screw it into the negative terminal. Okay, so I have the positive and the negative on there the correct way, and then you're just going to take, sorry about the barking dogs, you're going to take your controller wire that ran through, you're going to plug it into that spot, maybe, clips on, and then you're going to throw the cover back onto it, and then pretty close to being done, getting it ready, hooked up to be wired. Hooked up back to the battery, is already wired. Dummy head. Alright, I know it looks like a mess, and I thought I was going crazy because I had everything hooked up and I checked everything 3 or 4 times, but the instructions are a little confusing about this cable that plugs into here. So this red one, when I put it to positive here, the controller lights up. But if I were to wire that in, that means it'd be lit up all the time. So what I have to do is go get an add a fuse and throw this into a fuse, get inside the fuse box, and then wire that into one of the accessories or just something that runs when the truck is running. So I don't know why they wouldn't have that in the kit, because who wants their switch to be on all the time? So everything's set up, I just need to get that add a fuse, and then this white switch, or this white wire, is for dimming. So when you actually have power to it, let's see if I can do this one. You have power to it. Just tuck that in there. No, whatever. So when you actually have power to it, you tap this on positive and it changes the brightness of the controller. So I'm going to try and get this tucked away and then see if I can't go get an add a fuse. It doesn't even, I don't know, should I get a 30 amp one? It doesn't even say. Or, I don't know if there's a way to wire it in. I'm going to have to Google it. So far, I mean, it's in there. Okay, so I ran to the parts store and got myself they call it a fuse tap or an add a circuit. So for the 2021 Tacoma, you're going to want the ATM LP, which stands for low profile. It's just a little different fuse size. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in here and I'm going to use this tester and see which one of these light up. So like that 20 amp one I cannot use because it has constant power, but I think one of these 10s down here I will be able to use that only turns on when I hit the accessory. So right now I'm not getting anything. Step inside here. Get over to accessory. So then I'm going to go over here and hit that same 10. Bingo. So I actually think that these 10s, according to the fuse panel, are with the headlights. So in theory, I should be able to use my light bars when the truck is off, but I have the headlights on, if I wanted to kill my battery. So I'm going to try with these ones because they shut off when the car does, just like the headlights do. So hopefully my switch coordinates with the headlights. Alright, so I got this sucker wired up to the headlights. So when I flick this on, to headlights on, bingo. Alright, so things are starting to come together. This actually fits perfectly on just the battery bracket. So that's going to stay there. I'll find a bolt and that'll be pretty secure once it's tightened down. And then I just have all the wires. They're going to run down and through and get tucked up in here. I'm going to throw the cover on here. This is pretty tight in here, so I might just add one screw on the left side here. And then the last thing I was going to show you guys is this guy right here. Let me grab the controller. So with the controller lit up, see, you take the white one that comes in here, and you tap it, and every time you hit positive it changes the dimness. It's hard to see because it's daylight, but you can see that I'm just running through the cycles. So I'm gonna get this all tidied up, get the box on here, and I should be done. And then the next video I'm going to be putting in light bars. So with the light bars, all you have to do is put the positive and the negative into these, and then these run to your switches. So you have 8 slots. So I'll probably do my pods, light bar, and then they just correlate with the switches. Let me get it all cleaned up, zip tied, looking good, and I'll show you the finished product. Alright, so got everything in there. Looks pretty clean. It's pretty futuristic with this little breaker on here. Still don't know if I want to bolt this down. Probably will because it's rattling, but as of now, all those wires are tucked away in the side. I didn't really zip tie anything. I can just get it to fit between the frame and here. Now my new problem. The switch comes with brackets to mount places, but I don't know where I want to put it. Maybe get some adhesive tape and put it there. Where do you guys think I should put it? Well, thanks for watching. I'm not the best at installing, and this took me way too long, and it's harder to do while filming. But I got it in, it looks pretty clean. Just got to figure out where to put the switch. And next video is going to be light bars and such. Ta-ta.